Hey there, I'm Jennifer,
And I'm Jackie.
and welcome to Slightly Unsupervised. We're best friends, business partners, and the chaos behind bestimony, a ceremony we created to celebrate the kind of soulmates who don't come with a marriage license.
This podcast is all about that friendship energy, the deep stuff, the messy stuff, and the laugh till you snort stuff.
So whether you're driving, folding laundry, or hiding in your car for some peace and quiet,
You're in good company. Let's get slightly unsupervised. All right, today's episode. Sometimes all it takes is 8 minutes on the phone with your bestie to shift everything. The spiral stops, the anxiety calms, the tears turn into laughter. In this episode of Slightly Unsupervised, Jen and I will dive into the 8-minute rule, why short, honest check-ins with your best friend can regulate your emotions, rewire your brain, and remind you you're not alone. Because when life feels heavy, the right voice on the other end of the phone can pull you back to center in less time than it takes to scroll TikTok.
absolutely. I think we've kind of been throwing this back and forth to each other. I know I just sent you a meme or a little video the other day about this at, 8 minutes, I'm sorry, can really kind of pull you out of a funk by just talking to your best friend. It's kind of like a way to let somebody know that you're there for them and they have some moments to talk to you and that you can sort of feel like getting grounded again in yourself that, I think we all have
Oh, yeah. Definitely
sec-
what just happened to me not too long ago.
yeah, last week it was
I
like,
just needed to hear you on the other side. So
I
it
know.
definitely
Yeah.
helped.
Yeah, Jack had a little thing the other day and she was a little upset or whatever. She called me. And, I didn't know that she needed that. And I think what we just established, which I think is a great idea, is that if either one of us needs each other, we're going to now text each other. You got 8 minutes or 8 minutes. It's the sign to each other that if we get a text that way, that what you need is somebody to just be there for you for a little bit. That it's a nice way for us to know what the other one needs without having this big explanation via text, right? Like 8 minutes. You got 8 minutes that can help somebody really like find their grounding. And it also really just allows, I think, that this idea that we just text that to each other. It's not something that we need to talk about. Like, I know what you need now. Like, you need me to be there. Because you could just text me like, hey, how's it going? And in this video that we send each other the other day or that I just sent you was like, she's like, I needed you. And he's like, it was a guy and a girl. And she's like,
Mhm.
I sent you something. He goes, no, what you sent me was like, hey, how are you? Do you have time for dinner this week or something like that? And he goes, none of that said anything to me that
You
signaled
need
to
to
me
talk
that
right now.
you need to
Yeah.
talk to me. So he's like,
Mhm.
they have a new rule, and this is where Jack and I came up with it too, is like, you just type 8 minutes. I know what you need. Like, if you type that to me, I'm going to get where I can. And sometimes I'm, in the middle of a wedding or something's happening and I can't talk to you right then. And I know mentally what I'm going to prepare to do to talk to you. I know where you're at mentally, which is great.
Mhm.
And also it also knows me the urgency of the conversation, right? Like if you're just texting me, call me when you can,
Mhm.
and it's not the 8 minute now. I know it's not an emotional thing that you need from me right now. I can finish what I'm doing and I'll get to you, like courtesy thing.
Right.
So I think the 8 minute thing it's a great tool to use for somebody. And as long as the other person knows what that means to that they
Mhm.
can be like, okay, let me get even like, let's say you take me at 8 minutes, Jackie, and I'm driving and I've got 10 people in the car with me. I can't call you back right then, right? It's like, I'm going to have
Right.
to wait because I know what she needs, and what she needs right now is not a fun not that it's not a fun conversation, but she needs my emotional support right now. So I'm not going to call you on my speakerphone and be like, "Hey, how's it
I
going?"
have
and
10
have you
people in the car.
Because
Okay, I'll
currently
talk to you
10
later. See, this is even making me emotional now because it's
Yeah,
important.
because it's important. It's important for somebody to have somebody that is their emotional safety net, right? There's somebody that can walk you off a ledge or talk to you or ground you into. Because sometimes, and I think it happens to me too, is that we can blow a problem up so big in our head, right? By just stewing on it. We could stew on something. We could stew on something. Maybe we go to our husbands and they're like, men are great for here's the problem, solve it. That's your
Mhm.
solution. That's just on one time. Like you solve that. That's what I told you to do, and that's the problem. And it's like women are different. We're based on emotions. We want to talk about it. We want to dance around it. We wanna have some perspective. We want to feel bad, then we wanna feel good, then we wanna go back to bad, then we wanna go to good. So women, I'm always gonna be the one that's the first to say this. Women need women because we are emotional creatures that can't just you can't just say solve it this way and then walk away from us. Like, right? I mean,
Right.
that's why
Yes.
girls need each other, I think, because we need to vent sometimes, and sometimes it's venting. How many times, Jacob, we'll bring up an old problem that we've had 30 years ago,
Right.
40 years ago, whatever, and we drag it back out of the closet, and we've talked about it 5,000 times, and we drag it back out of the closet, and we talk about it again. And it's
Mhm.
for some people, it'd be so annoying. For men would be very annoying because we've already talked about that. Like, we've solved that. And it's like, no, 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 no. We have not solved it. We have solved it, but it's one of those lingering issues in our lives. And we still talk about it because it helps us to talk about it, right? I mean, can you think
Mhm.
about something like that? Like, I don't know, an old situation that happened and we're like, we still talk about it, right? It's not like anything bad. It's just us processing still, right?
Right.
Don't you think girls are a different creature? Like, if Rick has a problem, he just, like, looking for an answer, and you're like, "Okay, then move on," and Jack has a problem, we gotta find a solution, but we also have to, like, address the emotional part of it, right? So that's part
Yeah.
of the
I
best
definitely
friend
get more
thing.
emotional.
Yeah,
And that's I think and the things that sometimes the men, like, with going through the women's stuff, like, we're all starting to go through the menopause. I've been going through it for a while, but you just cry about things that they look at you like, "Why are you crying? Why is this
right,
such a big deal to you?" And it's like, "Oh, I need to talk to my girlfriend because my girlfriend knows why this is such a big deal."
right,
Where just men don't see it. They're like, "Just get over it." That's how
mhm,
I feel at times. And a
mhm.
lot I actually most of the men I know are like that.
No, they're all that way. They just solve it and be done with it. We don't need to talk about that anymore. That's a problem that can go away right now. So, that's why girls are for women. Women need women just for. If I had to just solve all my problems with one solution all the time, man, I would go back shit crazy. Like I need to look at it from every angle. What's your ideas? What do you think about this? How would you approach this? Because we would all do it differently. So sometimes even you ask more than one friend, right? You got a problem? Like, hey,
Mhm.
what do you think about that? How would you deal with that if you were me? Kind of. I do that sometimes. I'm like,
I do
if you were
that.
me, yeah.
Mhm. Especially when
What
I'm
would
with
be
all of you. Like, I just was with Michelle camping, certain things I talked about, which I've talked to you about. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely know how that
And
is.
she has a different perspective. It comes from a
Mhm.
different Jill Michelle's chill. So everything's chill. Just
Mhm.
chill. And I think she would be more apt to just like let it go and move on because that's kind of her she doesn't hold on to anything really. You hold on to
God, I
shit,
wish
I
I could
hold
be
on to
like
shit.
that.
I know, right?
I
It'd be
just
so nice
can't.
to
And now at least I can use that. I always use the excuse, "It's menopause. It's menopause."
I know, right? Which is
But it
true
is
because
true. There is
yeah,
some things that you can blame that on, but
I
yeah,
think
it can't
that
be your excuse for everything.
no, but menopause does change you because you lose some of your, estrogen, so you're not as easily, like, pacified by just taking it over and over again. I think when you have a lot of estrogen in your body, you're like, "Ah, it's okay, we'll do it, fine, and move on," and you abandon yourself a lot. You abandon yourself in motherhood, you abandon yourself in marriage, you abandon yourself in a lot of ways, women do, and it's true, we do. You can get yourself so abandoned that at some point you lose the ability to let that float off to orbit because you've been able to do it for so many years, and at some point, maybe it's menopause, maybe it's losing the estrogen, we're just like, "No, no, that's now a problem." Like, I can't do
Mhm.
that anymore. I've abandoned myself too many times that I'm not doing that anymore. So, I think that can happen too, that our view changes, and we kinda grew up in a weird we're in a weird situation right now because we're maybe the first generation of women, at least I know about, that are talking about menopause. Like, we're talking about it to say, "These are the things we're going through," because
Mhm.
I feel like we got into this menopause thing and we don't have any reference to it. Nobody's gone through it before us that told us anything about it. Like, our mothers?
No. My mom never talked about it.
Yeah, yeah. My mom my mom and my grandmother, my aunt all had hysterectomies. They
Mhm.
sort of went past it, and so we're, like, getting slapped in the face with it because we're all going through menopause, and it's like, "Well, what'd your mom do? Does anybody have any stories from their mothers about how this goes? Nobody." I think we're
No.
just looking at each other going, "What's going on with us?" Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Yep, definitely. I'm trying to think if I even think my mom did, because she's kinda like the male version, like, if you try to bring up a problem to her, I think I've mentioned this before, it's just
Yeah,
like, "Get
yeah.
over it." It's just, "Get over it." I'm like, "How can you say that?" "No,
I
I
know,
can't get
right?
over this is why I'm calling you." It's like, "No, I can't call you anymore because 'cause
Right.
you're not gonna talk to me nicely." It's like, it turns into, like, this I remember she had when she got Bell's palsy. I
Mhm.
called and I was like, worried about her, like, "Do I need to come out?" And I started to get upset, and she's like, "Oh my god, why are you crying about this? It's fine."
Yeah.
"Mom, I'm worried about you. I care about you."
Right. Right. It's not like
It's
Bell's
it's
palsy has been in my world that much. I mean, are you okay? Do I need to
no.
be
I
there?
mean, all of a
Yeah.
sudden, it became in our world in the last 5 years, we've had how many people that
Yeah.
we know have
3 or 4
my
people have
husband
gotten
had
it.
it. My husband got
Yeah.
it,
Thank God that was it because we thought he had a stroke, so that was amazing that it was just Bell's palsy for sure.
and I
It's
saw it coming
scary.
on,
Oh,
and that was from
yeah.
being around other people, yeah, that
Mhm.
had it,
Yeah.
so
So, anyways, menopause thing is a whole new world, and, wow, how fun. Not only do we get to go through changes of, 16 years
just
old or
live.
14, life changes. Here's a new one. We never get to just stay on task. We have to be all over the place. So it's crazy.
Mhm,
I think emotionally, back to our 8-minute rule, that emotionally, that for us girls, we need to give ourselves permission to vent, cry, or talk to somebody without turning it into a full on meltdown. Or even if you're in a full on meltdown, just to have somebody walk you off the ledge and be like, yeah, I can see that. I mean, for me, I'm always like, is there anything I can add to this that will help you? And sometimes I don't have solutions for it. Just, sometimes for you just to maybe hear or me to hear for you, because you and I have parallel lives a little bit, is
mhm.
like, I've gone through that. I know what you're talking about, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's part of it.
I think you're when I talk to you, yeah, and you know how to deal with me from knowing me for so long too. So
Yeah.
just talk like softly, nicely, just you're
Mhm.
soothing me. It's okay.
Mhm.
We can get through this. And
Right.
then usually by the time we're done, we are laughing and everything's fine and love you. Thank you. Bye.
Right. Right.
Because we do have busy lives. So it's not like we can talk for hours and on
Right.
end on anything. So like this 8-minute rule was great. I think it's
Right.
wonderful. I think everybody should use it.
Yeah, I think you should. If you haven't heard about it, we invite you to Google it, the 8-minute psychology rule for friends to talk to friends that, and if you don't, you can find them all over the internet, but, I know the one I sent you was probably off of Instagram or TikTok, I can't remember which one it was, but it was like, here's this
Hmm.
guy talking about it, and they established this 8-minute rule. So, maybe have a conversation if you have a friend that's pretty highly needs you emotionally and you wanna talk and you need a code word. 8 minutes is a great code text that says, I need you right now." Like, and you know what it means, not trying to guess, not trying to weed through a text that could be any of those things.
Hmm.
Because I know friends can be upset with friends, like, "I need you," like, this girl said, "I need you," and he's like, I had no indication that you needed me," right? That's why he came up with this 8-minute thing because he's
Mineral.
like, "Yeah, it's just a normal text that says these things, like, I'm not on heightened alert at all that you need me for anything," so they came up with this 8-minute thing so that they could she could say it. It also doesn't make you feel like you have to explain it all to start, like, "Da-da, this happened, da-da-da, this happened." It's just like, "Call me because I need you right now." So, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think, if you can do a study on it and then maybe go around and, send it to your best friend, find a couple of memes on it or even just the articles about it, be like, "I think we should just have a code word." That's what it was, wasn't it like a code, a safe word or a code or something that just says, "This
Mhm,
is what it means, like, call me right now," right? So I'm
mhm.
spiraling and I need someone to land me on the ground again. And yeah, I mean, besties are mirrors. We can definitely help you see. Sometimes it's not always just agreeing with you, right, Jack? Sometimes it's like, can you see it from this perspective, this side of it? That's maybe why I think they're saying that because they're maybe feeling this way. And just to help you kind of, because I think you, especially Jack, can get in your head, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's why yesterday all I did was watch Law& and Order. Because I just had to think about who did it
I know. You know what's
and
funny
get
is my
out of my head. I needed a day to just, like, unwind and do
yeah.
nothing, and I watched Law and I've never sit and watch, like, if my husband went across it, I'd be like, "Oh, goodness, I have to watch this. I'm gonna go watch it on the TV." But I was
Right,
literally like, "Okay, I can get into this." Like, it's not and it's not like the housewives that are all fighting that all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, great,
right,
what a" you're, like, agreeing
right,
with them, and then it
right.
brings up something of your own thing. Those things aren't happening in my life. What's happening on, the law whatever the things
Law and
that
Order.
was
There's no
Law& and
parallel
Order.
there.
There's no yeah, so I'm like, "Okay, alright." So that was my day to kinda
Yeah,
get back into life and take, just a resting day,
yeah,
and luckily I
emotionally
had you to
resting is
talk to,
important.
and mhm, it definitely is.
I do Grey's
Sometimes
Anatomy. I'm on this I just watched 21 episodes. No, 21 seasons, and now I'm back to season 2. I'm watching it again, because I hardly pay attention to it. It's really I think for me, TV is kind of like a
a
background
background
noise.
noise. I have
Yeah,
that too.
and I could
Right.
look up and I could be like, "What's happened here?" You know what I mean? So, like, some people are together and you're like, "Who when did that happen?" They were just dating that other guy. Now she's with that like, it happens to me all the time, but I'm literally watching it again, and I just watched it. I know it takes a long time to watch it, but it wasn't that long ago, and there are storylines I have not seen.
Maybe I need to put that on my list
You know
when I'm
what
having
is
my
funny?
moments.
Is my girlfriend told me about this, and it's true. She said that she watches Grey's Anatomy over and over again. She's because there's a long series, it's a very
Mhm.
long series and it's still going. But she said that she watches it because for her, she's so anxious and she gets so like emotionally charged up about things that it soothes her. So she just continuously watches the same thing over and over again. And when it ends, she starts it again and does it again. So I'm like,
Hmm.
that kind of makes sense to me. Like you don't have to anticipate what's going on because I already know what's coming. For
Right.
her, it's the same. It's like she doesn't worry about it. She knows that McDreamy's getting ready to die at this episode. Like I knew McDreamy was going to die. I don't know if you've ever watched Grey's Anatomy, but McDreamy was Patrick Dempsey. He
Mhm.
dies, and you know it's coming. I know the episode when he's just about ready to die. I don't want to see McDreamy die because I liked McDreamy, and so I'm like, I'm going to skip forward to the next date. I missed those. I didn't rewatch him because I knew he was going to die, and I was like, I don't want to see him die. So I just moved on to the
Yeah.
next episode when Meredith Grey gets back into her life and she moves on. And it's like, I skip some of the little things that I don't want to see. Like, I didn't want to see McDreamy die. So I'm like, I'm not watching that part. But I think there's something
Well,
important about
with
that.
Law& and Order, I don't get into any of the people where they have their issues because
Yeah.
they're usually dead when they get there, so you just get the backstory. So
Like,
I
who
don't get
did
that
this?
much into it, like, I don't have to
Yeah, yeah,
fast
yeah.
forward through, McDreamy.
But she's right about it. It does soothe your anxiousness by watching the same series over and over again because you already know what's coming. Like you
Mhm,
don't have any new things to worry about. So I think that, I think it's true. So these are just some things that we wanted to
mhm.
share and get through. Jackie and I are big fans of this 8-minute thing that if you can figure out how to incorporate that into your friendship, and have somebody that you feel safe sending your 8-minute thing to that's gonna be emotionally, there for you, and like Jackie
Yeah,
and
so it takes
I.
both sides, like, I'm sure there's gonna be a time you're gonna do it too. It's
Mhm.
obviously gonna be me more often. We know that.
Well, it could
'Cause
be, but it might not be. I mean, I'd like to
yeah.
be able to use the 8-minute with you too, be like,
Oh, no,
"Hey."
I know.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, but, I mean, you gotta have somebody that can understand you emotionally. Jackie and I just want to touch base on this because we have a similar background. We've said it before. We kind of raised each other. We were those children in that era that were kind of left to our own devices. We haven't shied about saying that. That's the truth. That we were not raised by parents, we were raised by a generation. When you say that's true, that we just
Yep.
were left to our own to figure out what we had to do, what we not had to do. So for us, it's very natural to go back to our friends because, especially for me, I will say this
Mhm.
100%. For me, they were the ones that got me through my childhood. I will always go to my friends because it's my safe space. It's where I have always found the most support and the most love, and I don't
No
have
judgment.
many
Mhm.
qualms about it because when
Mhm.
you tell me something, not only am I taking how you feel today, I'm going back to a history of life with you to the root of the issue, which could be your childhood, which could be the way that you were addressed or the way you dealt with your life then and how you move that forward and how we have to go back and rewrite some of that. We have learned to abandon ourselves too much in the
Mhm.
way we were raised to handle our problems too much or to say we now have to look at it a little differently because we weren't right? We weren't supported enough as children. Wouldn't you say that? Like, that's part of our problem.
Mhm, definitely. Yes, I don't remember if I was having a problem with friends or something emotional, a boy problem. I never ever went to my mother
Mm-mm.
because I know she wouldn't really listen to me. It'd be just like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It's
And we would
definitely
go to each other, right? And
mhm.
I mean,
And back then, we were like that's when phone bills had long long
long
distance.
distance.
So if our friends were, like, just 10 miles away, we would sit on the phone for an hour, and it was like, "Oh, crap, I'm gonna get in trouble when the phone bill comes in."
Not only did we have to solve our own problems, we
Yes.
couldn't even ask our friends because we had to pay for that.
Yes.
So, Jackie
Remember,
just went through
especially,
the
like,
same.
when you were gone for a little while too, down at the beach at your dad's, I was like, "Shoot, okay." And it'd be like, "Call me. Okay, Imma call you back. Okay, Imma call you back." And then we were stupid because your first minute was the most expensive, so you're starting it over again.
Back and forth, like,
We
"Are
were
you
too
gonna
bright
talk
on
5
that one.
minutes? Then get off the phone, you gotta call me back 5 minutes," like, and then we're
Yep,
like, "Cut the
it
problem off
was.
because we can't deal with it right now. Can you just come see me?" That's probably why we spent so much time together as children in our generation because it was the cheapest way to see it was the cheapest way to communicate with each other was just to be in each
Mhm.
other's presence. Because 'cause you're right, the phone
Well,
bill was a big
yeah,
deal.
cost money. It was a
It
big
cost
deal.
money. That's why our friends that lived unfortunately, we lived in a place that there was another area that our friends could live in that area. We could not talk to them. It was long distance, right? I don't think
8675309.
yeah, the numbers on that place was 867, and if you had to call that, that was
Mhm.
long distance. So
Yeah, because we were
you had to get your
yeah,
conversation done
338,
pretty quick. Yeah, we were
338,
338.
337 in the mountains with your friends, and then the
It was 336. Those
9
3 we could talk to.
867.
867
Yeah,
was the one
867
that
was long
was
distance.
long distance, yeah,
Yep.
so that's why we didn't talk to Chris and Jen
So
that much.
funny.
They were in the wrong phone section, so anyways, that's what we're saying that, use your 8 minutes, try to incorporate it if you can, send this podcast to your friends. Say, "Hey, listen to this. This is a good idea. I think this is something that we can do." So, anyways, okay, let's move on to bestie rapid questions. Jackie, who's more likely to make the 8-minute call? More likely to make the 8-minute call?
You mean, like,
Probably
the one that
you.
to make the call? Well,
Yeah, I'm
like,
more
text it
probably likely.
first?
Yeah,
You'll
you're
make the
probably
call, I'll
more.
make the text.
Yeah, you'll text me and I'll make
Mhm,
the 8-minute call probably.
mhm.
More so
That's
than
also because
me.
I never know if you're busy. I mean, I have your
I know.
schedule on my computer, of course, but sometimes I don't know if
I
that's are
know.
you doing the wedding? Is someone else doing the wedding? I
I
kinda getting
know.
it now.
I
I
know.
know.
That's
And
true.
now
Jackie has
now you got the
access.
grandbaby.
I
Yeah.
know.
Now you've got the
I know.
grandbaby,
My whole
so
new world is a new thing, so anyways, probably I'm more likely to make the 8-minute call back to you, that you
yep.
probably need me a little more than I need you, but that could change at any time. You're on
Who
standby, girl.
yeah. So, who always turns 8 minutes into 45? Me.
I think we both. I think we both.
You think so?
Ooh,
Okay.
by the way, you're on the phone, so let's talk about, you know what I mean? Like, I'd
Mhm.
probably let you talk and then bring my own stuff into it, be like, let's catch up on this other stuff too. And we have our business together. We have podcasting. You may have my business that we
Mhm.
talk about, then we have podcasting. So we have more than
Yep.
most to talk about. So, okay, what's the first thing the best usually says when you call crying?
Are you okay?
Yeah, what's wrong?
What's wrong?
That's probably me. What's wrong? What's going on?
What's wrong?
What happened? What happened? Like,
Yep.
I can just tell
Yep.
by even the slight second it takes you to say something to me, like, "Hey, hey, I know you're okay." If it's like, "Hey," like the tone, the way you
Mhm.
say it, how I immediately know something's wrong. Like immediately. I'm like, "What's wrong?" Like, let's talk about immediately. Like, we don't need to dance around it for hours. I already know something's wrong. So that's probably when you say that. I'm like, what's going on? What's happened? So, anyways, go ahead.
Who's more likely to hang up mid laugh cry? Both
Both
of
of us
us?
probably. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
so.
I'd say
I
that's
think we
yeah.
both usually just like get to the end of it and we're crying. Okay.
Okay.
Which one of these actually keeps the timer honest? We don't have timers. Come on now. There's no
No.
timer. The only thing I would probably say is I have to go now. I got to go to a wedding or I've got
Yeah.
a call, but there's no timers.
Exactly.
I mean, do
No.
friends keep timers? No. 8 minutes can be
No.
2 hours. Don't be so strict on the 8 minute. The 8 minute means I need to talk to you. So be on
I
the
had to
phone at
use the
least 8
timer.
minutes.
I had to use a timer on phone yesterday, and I didn't even know how to do it. I had to figure it out because my husband I was cooking something, and I was using the timer on the microwave, and he says, "Okay, how do I start the microwave when it's on the timer? Because you can use the microwave even though it's on a timer." And
Yeah,
then I forget how to do it, so then I'm like, "Oh, just forget it. I'll do it on my phone. Go ahead and exit out." This is how
right,
we're not too savvy on some of this stuff. This
right.
house has newer
Technology is
stuff
not
than we were
our
used to. Yes, and
yeah,
everything's new
exactly.
here at this house. So, it's like I had to do that, and then I'm all, "Which one is the oh, it's the clock one. That's right."
Well, you know what's weird is I used the microphone no, the microwave yesterday for, like I accidentally put in, like, a minute and a half, and I only needed it for, like, a minute, and then I pulled the thing out, and it had 30 seconds left, and then I wanted to make popcorn. So I was, like, trying to clear it. I couldn't figure out how to clear it, so I closed the microwave and let it finish its 30 seconds, and then I opened the door and put it in and put my popcorn in. I'm like, "How silly is it that I cannot clear my microwave?" But I
So
don't have the
funny.
time. It would take me more time to go get my glasses to come back to study it than just say,
True,
"Finish your cycle,"
true.
and then I'll start it. So, I get
That was
that,
me
right?
yesterday.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
I just need to go finish get back to my show and let my food get done, and I
There's
don't
a
need
real
your
problem on
problems.
law order. It's a law order problem here, and someone's murdered somebody. I don't have time for this
I
right
forgot to
now.
put it on pause, so I need to hurry up. It's so true, though. These are the things
Pause.
going through my head. I'm like
I
one of those
know,
people
right?
that are always thinking too much. Everything's going through my head. It's the weirdest stuff.
You can't switch gears very fast, right?
No,
Alright,
no.
you're next, Jack. What's the next one?
What's the funniest emergency you've ever called each other about?
Probably
Funniest
work stuff. I would think it's probably work stuff, like, Jack will call me sometimes and,
funniest.
like, she's like, "Oh my god, these people called about this," or something like that, or like, "Is this some emergency?" I
Oh,
don't know,
like
and
when
I'm
you're on
like
vacation.
when I'm on vacation or something, I'm like, "No, I wouldn't even worry about that, just forget that, that's not a big deal," or, whatever, I think,
Yeah.
you think it's more of a big deal, I'm like,
Yeah.
"I don't worry about it," like, let it go, whatever,
That's true.
so,
That's what I always say. That's true.
yeah.
That's
Alright, who
true.
gives the faster pep talk? Probably me.
You.
Yeah,
You. You're good at that. You're really
yeah.
good at that.
I'll let Jack talk for a little bit, and then I'll give her a, "Okay, we can do this. This is what we're gonna do," and I think so too. So, you
Or you'll
probably
be
have to
like, "You're
listen.
right. You have the right to feel that way.
I
That's
do.
okay." You do use that. I love that one. "See, I knew it." It's like my husband will
Yeah,
be in the other room. "See what she said? I know what you said, but this is the truth.
so freaking true. I'm like, "You know what, Jackie? You're right about
This
that. You
literally
are."
just happened the other day."
Husband's like,
Like,
"God,
"See,
you gotta stop."
this is why I need to talk to her."
She knows. I was right. So true. It was like I said, I'm
Gosh.
really good at a hype person. If you need a hype person, call me, man. I will build your ass up. Like, "You got this. You go." So, that's funny. Alright. Who's the
What's
most
the oh,
oh, go ahead.
what's the most healing thing your bestie has ever said to you? Well, I guess I just said that kinda that's kinda stuff you say to me. "It's
Yeah.
okay, you're right." You always tell me I'm right, even if I'm wrong. Maybe later you'll tell me I wasn't. But in that moment, you do, which is that's a
I
good friend
can
because
spin it.
there's me who gets lost where I'm all, "Oh, what'd you say? Wait, there's a spider web."
Jackie does. She moves off into her
Oh,
own world, and I'm like,
yeah.
"Now
Or
you are
s
so right."
even if you're all, "Land it, Jackie, land it." What is the problem? But you
That
still
is
do it in a
true.
nice voice.
I know. I'm like, "Let's get back to the problem here. Focus. What happened?" Jackie's over in left field. I'm like, "No, no, no, come back.
I hope
We're solve this." But yeah,
I hope all of you have friends like this because I mean, I feel so lucky when we're doing this.
I
It's
know,
just,
right?
you
That
know.
you have that, that I
Mhm,
do too. I know that that's true too. That, when you call somebody
mhm.
and you're like, "I need you, you're my person. I need you to tell me something good about myself too," right? Like, keep me in the focus of this and how I'm feeling. And I think
Mhm.
that's what your best friend does because your best friend also knows what you're thinking behind the scenes, right? She's the person that's like, you can honestly have a conversation with, really honestly have a conversation about whatever it is. And she's digesting that with you. So when you're telling me something, I'm not just talking about this point. I'm talking about history of it, right? Or whatever's happened in your life
Well,
that I can
it's
be
like I know you were going through some stuff last week and you were just texting it because you were in the middle of it all.
right.
And I sent you, "Hey, if you need me to take the calls, you need me to do something, you let
Yes.
me know."
Yep.
And
That's
that's I
100%.
had
That
no
exactly what
problem. I
happened.
was like, "I will just dump everything else I'm doing right now and do it so she's not worried about it and she can go focus on what's going on over there."
Yes. So I had a grandchild last week and there was some issues with the birth of it and my daughter-in-law and emergency stuff that happened, and Jackie was what a blessing to have because I have a business, so I'm constantly doing that, and it never ends, right? It goes on and on.
No, she's
And yeah, but Jackie covers my stuff when I'm on vacation, so she knows how to do it. She's the only person I trust, and so, in the middle of that, she's like, "Hey, if you need me, forward your phones to me. I can handle this for you right now," which is such a blessing, Jack. Thank you. Makes me
You're
cry.
welcome. Well, I know you were I know you were worried about it, but you know, you were right there in the middle of it. It's not like you could call
I
me.
know.
Couldn't do
I
the
know.
8-minute text because I couldn't call you back. So
I
we
know.
were just
I didn't have 8
doing the
minutes to
texts
roll.
back. No,
Like,
but I'm
that's,
glad everything's
that's a
better
blessing
now.
too. Yeah, but that's such a blessing too. Like, you should have friends like that. So I hope you all do. That's the way it is. So,
Mhm.
okay. Who's more likely to call instead of text when things go wrong? Me. I know when you're texting me. I know when you're texting what you're saying to me. I just know. And I'm like, oh, we gotta get on the phone. Or you get on the phone too, but
Or I'll call you like 3 times and then you're like, "Okay, something's wrong."
right.
So then you go and call me from wherever you're at
Yeah.
because I won't
So
leave a
that used to
message
be
or
our
anything.
old method, right? We're
That
starting
was
a
the
new
old one.
method. 8
Yep,
minutes. I need you. So we don't have to
yep.
go through the phone call after phone call after phone call, then I know that something's wrong. Okay, go ahead, Jack.
One word that describes how your bestie grounds you. I think you're just honest and caring and,
Yeah.
like, I know you're there for me. I know you're not gonna judge me and I don't think I'm draining you. I hope not. Like when
No,
I do
for sure.
call out my
No.
things, but I
No,
just
absolutely
think
not.
we just like you said, we brought each other up.
Yeah,
So you know how to bring me back to where I need to be
right. And I think
without
that
taking
we
without having to take medication or something something else.
some way to get that problem solved in
Yeah.
my head, but,
Take it down.
we did raise each other. We didn't have this support system, and I think we do a really good job, and I'm proud of us for being each other's support system because we both know how that feels not to be supported in that way, and so I think we both try our best to give each other that sort of all-encompassing thing that maybe we just missed out on, we didn't get, so we do
Mhm.
that for each other, and what a blessing for that, so thank you, Jackie, for being my best friend because
And you
I
too.
need you.
I
All
need you
right.
too.
If this episode hit you in the feels or made you laugh way too hard, we consider that a win.
Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your ride or die.
And when you're ready to make your friendship official, book your bestimony at rhinestoneweddingchapel.com.
Because the best love stories don't always come with a ring.
We stick together, ride or die to the moon, and no amount of space could ever come between us two. The reuniting's like we never been apart, and every single time we're eye to eye and heart to heart. There's not enough words to describe what you mean to me. Through heartaches and ups and downs in this life, you've stayed right next to me. I vow to make you laugh till you cry and talk about everything under the moon. The definition of a best friend is you. Is you. And we'll keep dancing through the rain, forever connected. Same page, we're writing our story every day. We'll keep on growing. unsupervised.